if you need it to be a little louder, do let me know now. What the? Eh. Oh yeah, outside my window is the AC units for all the apartments, including mine, all the way up for 2 more floors above me. So yeah, but my whole setup and PC setup and everything is right next to my window, which is directly where all those units are. So I have the heat going. It's cold. I'm sorry. Let me see it. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the regular one. I didn't buy the deluxe. I need to make more money. My work has been slow. For those who don't know, I work at a restaurant as a bartender, and since it's the first 2 weeks of the new year, businesses usually are very slow because dry January. People are on their New Year's resolutions of like trying not to eat too much, going out to eat. Everybody's broke from Christmas. It's just a very slow time. I'm making like less than half of what I would normally take home. So, work sucks, and I have to work every single day this month. Lux. There once was a man from Nantucket. End is never the end, is never the end, is never... the end is loading. N. Click.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
What the fuck?
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
We'll have subtitles.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Do you guys
And
need subtitles?
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
My model's not too big on the screen.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This
Did he show up on a Sunday or something?
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, hold on. Wait, is there no... Is there notes? Sub? Extras? No. Master? Music? Speaker? Sound quality? Closed captioning? Wait, is that it? Oh. Alright. Everybody, you can hear the game well. My model is not too big. I'm not ginormous going ooh boo 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 boo. Yeah. Whoa, sensitivity's a little high. I'm as big as we'll get. Oh, good. Okay. Okay, push up. I want to push everything. Man, not even a window.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No jumping.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Ooh.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Well, maybe I'm gonna try harder.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I lost count. No, I'm still not feeling it.
I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment.
Oh, yeah.
A willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
Yeah.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Where is 417? Do I keep... Yeah. I'm doing it. Am I doing it? I don't know, I wasn't counting. Did I get to 50? Where's 417? 420, let's go! 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, my nose is just... Done with 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. Let me just...
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Or am I going backwards? Wait, where is 415?
Now, back to door number 437.
Yes, sir.
let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
This?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. Hi.
Yes!
Yes!
This is great!
Look at
You're
it.
putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Yes, sir.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Then do it.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow.
On door
That's
430.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking at all. Oh. I don't have brain. Try to jump. Try to jump. Try to jump. Oh yeah! Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What? Hey! Open the door. Do I listen to him or do I not listen to him? Whatever I want. Don't make me chew it.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I don't wanna. I wanna go that way. What? Let me in.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
But you stay
you
here
sit
for
looking
20
at
or
these
so minutes,
chairs
there's
and
a
some
hilarious
paintings.
dialogue.
Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Just the man minding his own business. Man, what a creep.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Waiting. Give me more. If you keep disobeying him, you can even end up playing Minecraft? What? Alright guys, take it all in. Look at his room. Little coffee machine here. So much of a break room. Kind of reminds me of the back rooms. Bye-bye.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I'm gonna click ship. What's this? What's this?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Thanks! What the fuck is this? What is this, a paper company? We're in the office now. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Man, I haven't used that triangle ruler since high school. Jumping on a lower platform? Hello?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Did I actually die? Do I restart?
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Balls!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room.
It's a beautiful room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wait, what did he say?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
You're not my dad.
I'm asking for her.
My mom?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
For what? Before what? Okay. These nuts. Ha! Got him. Oh, it's spooky.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't wanna. I don't like when the phone rings. I'm scared. Yes.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Maybe.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No,
Get
it's
fucked.
definitely here, clear as
I'm
day.
narrating
Stanley
you.
picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
Well,
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol
Blah,
for
blah,
real-world
blah, blah, blah,
decision-making.
blah, blah,
Or did
blah.
you not grasp the severity of the situation?
Sounds like
I
a
won't
you
have that kind of
problem.
risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making
No.
in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional
who suck
video.
a lemon?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Back, sack, and crack? What? Who said butt crack?
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend
That's me
making
every
at
day.
least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally,
Excuse
if you begin
me,
to wonder if your
it was
choices are actually
beans.
meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
What?
Not to worry. Now that you're properly
What the fuck?
informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
What if I plug it back in? Can I ride this? Please? Wait, I want to ride that one. Danger is everywhere. Stop, stop, stop. Math! Ugh. Goodbye. I go this way? Hello? Do I go back?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
No!
The main character dying senselessly
let me
halfway through
down.
the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets
I'm
any
being
worse.
caged.
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
They really want to put me in a bubble? Where am I going? I'm going back? Aww. Where am I going? Hi, Sky.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
What the fuck? Look at all this shit. Alright. We go back. We just click on this door. I don't think I can do anything here. I don't like making choices. What is this?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Hey! Hey! I'm gonna give you permission. Excuse you, turn it back on. Oh, I broke it.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Yes.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I got pushed.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
See? 3 times the chime.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
And just pick my
follow
nose
my
and
lead
go.
and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. No water.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
Wait,
decided to
where's
go
my
up to his
water?
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Using science to assure employees that how to dispute. Tell them it's a you problem. And go suck a lemon. What is this? Do not alter without whiteboard manager. R.I.P. Franz Fran. Number of slides on this slide. Slides? What? To buy with money, to buy more things. Graphs? Graphs about things plus money. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits. The boss appreciation on your buzzes. Yeah, fuck. Synergize core value expenditures. What the fuck? Broom closet. Okay. Can I open it? But it says broom closet. Please? Liam. Please? Let me in. I don't want a broom. Let me in! I want a broom. I still want to go in. Please? Let me in. Do I have to click it like 50 times? Nothing's gonna happen. Bum, bum, bum. Let me in. How can you like label something broom closet and not let me in? Just let me in. Gah! Please. What can I do? I need to like seduce the broom closet door? Hey. Shh. I was trying to seduce it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
How about I go down? Oh, sure. Boom, 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 boom. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. What? That was perfect timing, too. I just got the achievement I can't jump because they disabled it and they should play the sound. Let me in. Hello? What the fuck? Let me in. Let me in. There's a bitch. The fuck? The boss? How do we not stop another height change? I have no idea. Shoot! Let go! They found 100
Stepping
biddies.
inside
Oh,
the
let
manager's
me
office,
out!
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115.
The
Was this
fuck?
the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
The code? Ah!
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver
to say that?
right there on the wall.
Wiener. Wiener. Wiener.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me,
I
did you?
need like a
Please
soundboard. I give her some
speak the
reverb
code
and
into
go
the receiver.
Wiener.
Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it.
Oh,
But
okay.
you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Wiener.
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He
Wiener.
knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The fuck do I look like? Do I look stupid?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
What does the game?
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Aw.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there?
Was
You
this one of
listening
the
to this?
endings?
Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you
It's
need.
one of the sad endings. Good.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after.
Alright, let's do this all over
Stanley
again.
hoped that he would one day see weather.
No, nothing. Okay. I'm gonna try getting on that catwalk. Let's see what happens.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I don't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No. Bitch. Hello. Bitch face McGee. 2B3. Hello. This is my story now. Yeah! On Stanley!
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I want soup.
Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark
That
at a
tub
new
full of
design,
soup.
and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Huh? Hey! Oh.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game,
It's a baby!
towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Minecraft!
Is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm
can't
done
even
making
jump.
things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Huh? Where? Huh?
This
Hey.
will go
No,
here.
let me build.
And then... Let's see, what does it mean? Yes, of course. Just to finish it all off. It's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
I always wanted to be
But you've
dirty.
only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
No! I want to go this way. Let me go this way. Okay.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Are you in creative mode? Listen. Not Minecraft music I never heard. We're gonna go mining for diamonds?
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. Give me a torch. Mushrooms! Dirt!
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you
I hear a
feel
skeleton
utterly
and an Enderman.
irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't say
Zombie!
Okay, new game.
No! Oh, we're playing that. Use a hoe. Where am I?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find
this
out
Portal?
what the hell this is. Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
A cube. Beep. Yeah. Slow tea bag. Huh. Can we push it? Heave. Oh! The keyboard's too sensitive. Yeah. And then... Oh, I can pick it up. What the... Hacks! Hello! I just...
Genius.
No. Okie dokie. Bump. Bump. Eh.
I think that's plenty.
What?
I really don't care much to see you stumble.
Gonna go in!
Oh, I wanted something that happened. Oh. Work in progress. WIP. What's this way? Hello? Oh. Did I die? Where the fuck did it go? I went off a cliff. Where the hell am I going? This way. Where am I going? Hello? Are we in the back rooms? What's that? Hello? Ah. Grrr. I'm pushing all the buttons. Where am I supposed to go? Hello? Oh, what happened?
I wonder what he found.
I wonder too.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it.
Yeah.
Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him.
Yeah.
He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
We're at the beginning.
All of his co-workers were
Wait,
gone.
what happens if I answer
did
the
it mean?
phone?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Wait,
Perhaps
no,
he had
no.
simply missed a
Before
mail.
before we get, my brain stopped working. What was I saying? The phone! I want to see what happens when we answer the
When
phone.
Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct
Yeah,
way
you
to the
can.
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Ah,
well.
boo.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
Yeah.
first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I do what I want.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
His sex doll?
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
It is the sex doll.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to
sex
commit their
doll.
life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Where's my bread?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Good morning, please. Go and press G on your keyboard. What the fuck?
What kind of G?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press every button but a Q. Ah!
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press 8 to spend time with the boys. Me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I have kids.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again.
Where's my kitchen?
Again and again.
Well, my
over
snacks
and over,
were there.
wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Yeah, bitch.
Surely there's an answer down some new path,
snacks.
mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
R. L.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing
Is he
is
building
pushing
up
the
my
same
fucking-
buttons he always has.
You
Nothing
building
has
up my
changed.
damn
The longer he
office space
spends
again?
here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
I'm jealous of his desk. I've always wanted an L-shaped desk.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm not telling me. No, I'm not gonna do what you say. I'm just gonna push buttons. Alright.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I died.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
The broom closet opened!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back.
Hey
on track.
there.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an
Hi,
empty
Drake.
broom
Hi,
closet.
Spooky.
No reason to still be here.
I poured it all over my face. God damn it. Oh, man. All over my
It
shirt.
was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Thank-
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Fuck off.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Uh-huh.
Why? Please offer me some
Have you
explanation
seen this
here.
broom?
I'm genuinely confused.
What's it called? 7 minutes in heaven?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance
Got
to the
some
story
tools.
whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Anybody want to join the broom closet?
Maybe to you this is somehow its
Oh,
own
Doritos.
branching path. Maybe when you go talk about
Nice.
this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Because there's a sexy broom.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yeah. Don't do plenty of the drugs.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer,
No.
making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game
Irony?
is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Hey. I got this nice broom. What if I go back out and go back in?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire
Spooky,
species of
thank you for
invalids.
the subby!
Perhaps there's a monkey nearby
Thank
who can handle
you.
the controls too. The fish, fungus.
Why did it separate
Look, you
the
can hammer
text
out
from
the
the
details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I'm player 2 now. We're in this very nice closet. Chat, pick your favorite thing. What's your favorite thing in the closet? Is it the cardboard? So I'm gonna break dance. We got a hoe. We got a hose. Broom. Bucket. Duct tape. A wrench. Thingy. That thing. A light. The groom. The groom is the best thing. Is that it? Is that all the dialogue? The tape. The interior design. Impeccable, isn't it? Grrr. Okay. Bye-bye, broom.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. Yes, we're here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Whose car is
And then
this?
something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Crazy?
All of my co-workers
I was
blinking
crazy once.
mysteriously out of
They locked me in
existence
a room.
single moment
A rubber
for
room.
no reason at
A
all.
rubber room filled with
None
rats.
of it made any
The rats
logical
made me
sense.
crazy.
And as
Crazy?
Stanley pondered this,
I was
he began
crazy
to make
once.
other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! Yeah! This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy
I'll
this
push
while
someone
I'm
else's
still
button.
here."
No shit.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin. the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Someone wake me up! My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I'm real. I must be real, I must be real. Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.